626 పాప మిగిలిన వాళ్ళ దగ్గర లేవక్క 626 come on 31 to 35 quadratic equation. Any particular question? 30 35 right, you have 9 and then 8 should be minus 27x, 9x square and then plus 8. You can write this number as 3 into 3, 2 into 4, 6, 12, will not work. Let it be 9. Two into 4 only, right? 3 into 3, let it be 8. 8 threes and then 3 into 1, 24, 3. So this becomes minus 24x minus 3x. So 3x common, 3x minus 8 minus 1 common, 3x minus 8 is equal to 0. X will be equal to 1 by 3 and then 8 by 3. So you need to write 4 combinations. 1 by 3, 8 by 3, 1 by 3, 8 by 3. And then for y, y is 12y square. Where is this? 4y square minus 13y plus 3 is equal to 0. 4 3 is 12. You can write it as 12 into 1. So this will be minus 12y minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. Take 4y common, y minus 3 minus 1 common, y minus 3. So y value is 1 by 4 and then 3. 1 by 4 and then 3. X and y. So this is definitely more than 2, x greater than. This is 1 by 3, x less than y. Relation cannot be established. Less than and greater than symbol are enough. Next, 30, right, 36 to 40, 37. The percentage increase in total number of viewers with respect to previous season is highest for which of the given combination? Percentage increase in total number of viewers, they said, with respect to previous season is highest for which of the combination? Okay. So you have 5 options where you have town Q and then season 2. Let's verify it only for those 5 seasons. Town Q, season 2. Town Q in season 2 we have total 108 and previous year it was 89. This is for town Q. And then second option, town P, season 5. Town P, season 5. In season 4 we have total 118 and then in season 5 we have 155. Let me first note it down, then we can compare. And third option, season town yes, season 3. Town yes, season 3. So yes has in season 3, town yes in season 3, 111. And previous year it was 93. And then fourth option, town R, season 3. Town R, season 3 we have 91 and previous year it was 75. And the last option, town Q, season 4. Season 4 we have, wait a minute, 180 and then 105. So now we are expecting highest percentage increase, highest increase. Now let me start with the last one. So this is 75 more, that of 105 will be near about more than 70% but less than 75%. So let me treat it as 70% for time being. Now 70%, 10% of this number is 7.5. 70% will be near about 50. 75, 50, so you don't have that much change. This cannot be my answer. 10% of this number 11.8. 70% will be definitely 80 and you don't have 80 increase. This cannot be my answer. 70% of this, 10% is 8.9, near about 9. 70%, 7, 9, 63. So we don't have increase here. So this also cannot be your answer. Town Q, season 4 is my answer. You need not to calculate it for every number. Whatever numbers given in options, you try to do it. Unless if your fifth option is none of this. If your fifth option is none of this, then you have to do it for every season. Okay? Usually you will not have that option. Next, any other question? 38, 39, 40? 39. Apart from 39, any other question? Okay, 39. What is the average number of female viewers of season 4 across all the towns? Season 4, female. Just list out females in season 4. Just list out 66, 84, 52, 40. You are asked about average. Average 60, 40, 100, 80, 50, 130, 230, 240, 242, and then you need to calculate average. Average for how many seasons? This is season 4, all towns. How many towns we have? 4 towns. 60.5. Is it approximate or not? Of course, answer could be either 60 or 61. You have 60 only. Next, any other question? Okay, next set. 41 to 45. All. 40? Okay, all. Fine. The first one shows the distribution of total number of management students, male and female together, 96,000. And you have 6 cities. Respective ratio of male and female is given in a table. Now 96,000 is segregated into percentage and total will be equal to definitely 100%. And then you have male and female ratio in table. Now 41, what is the central angle corresponding to the number of management students, male and female in city B? City B occupies 28%. So in terms of number of degrees, so 100% is equal to 360 degrees. You need to calculate 28% is equal to how much? Let's verify last digits. Last digits are different, right? 4, 6, 8. There are 2 options which ends with 0.6 and 2 more options which ends with 0.8. 6, 8, 48, 0.8. Answer should be either third option or fourth option. 10% ends with 6, 36, ends with 6. Your last number is 8. 6 into 8, 48. Last number should be 8. You have 2 options. If you have only one option, there itself is you are done. Now 10% is 36. 30% will be 108 degrees. 108 degrees. 1% is 3.6. 2% is 7.2. So you need to subtract 7.2 degrees. Answer is more than 100 but ends with 0.8. 100.8. Third option. Next, 42. Total number of female management students in cities E and F together. Female students is what percent of the number of male students in city B? Right. It asked about percentage. Is by of into 100. Need to calculate female percentage with respect to male percentage. Male from which city? City B. City B total it occupies 28%. Amma? Yeah, only B. 28%. And again you need to take only male. So 28% is divided into 4:3 ratio. This is about male and female. Male, female. This is for B. Total how many parts we have? 7 parts is equal to 28 degrees. Each part occupies 4. We have male 4 parts, that is 16. So let me discuss only in terms of 16 parts or 16% is something. 16%. Okay? Because 7 parts is equal to 28%, 1 part is 4%, 4 parts is 16%. And now you need to take female from E and F. E, total E occupies what percent here? 11%. And then F, 16%. And in E, we have male-female ratio 6:5, and from F, 11:5. So total 11%, 11 parts. 16%, 16 parts. Each part occupies 1%. Female, 5 parts, 5%. Here also 5 parts, 5%. Total 10 parts. So 10% of what total? 96,000, and male are 16% of 96,000, so you don't need to convert it to number. Okay? Now you need to calculate in terms of number. Cancellation with 2, that will be 5 by 8. What do you mean by 1/8? 1/8, 12.5%, right? So 1/8 is 12.5%, but you have 5/8, so you need to multiply this number with 5. 12 5 times, or if you know 5/8 value, you are done almost. 1/8, 12.5%, 3/8, 37.5%, 5/8, 62.5%. Conversions we have in percentage. 1 by 8, 3 by 8, 5 by 8, and then 7 by 8. This is 12.5%. This is 37.5%, 62.5%, and then this is 87.5%. Adding 25%, 25%, 25%. If you are adding 25% to the left hand side, you need to add 1/4 right hand side. 1/4 or 2 by 8, one and the same. Add 2 by 8, you will get 3 by 8. Again add 2 by 8, 5 by 8. Again add 2 by 8, you will get 7 by 8. Remember, whenever you get denominator 8 in fraction, you will get half in percentage. If you get 8 in denominator, you will get half in percentage. 12.5, 37.5, 62.5, 87.5. 5/8 is 62.5. Or else take 1/8 value, need to multiply it with 5. 12 5 times 60, and this is 5 by 2. 5 by 2 in the sense 2.5. So that will be 62.5%. Next. 43. The average number of male management students in cities C and E together is what percent less than number of female management students in D? Right. In C, we have total 9%, and in ratio 5:4. And D, total percentage 20%, and ratio 7:5. And then, right, come on. We are asked about here also percentage. Is by half into 100. Need to calculate male percentage with respect to female. Female students from which city? D. In D, we have 20%. Number of parts? 12 parts. 12 parts is equal to 20%. 1 part is equal to 12 by 20. Sorry, 20 by 12. You need to calculate female 5 parts. 1 part is equal to 20 by 12 percentage. You need to calculate 5 parts, that will be 5 into 20 by 12 percentage. Don't go for conversion, let it be like this. Okay? And now, male candidates. Number of average male management students from C and E. In C, how many parts we have? 9 parts, 9%. 1 part, 1%. E already we have calculated, 1 part, 1%. Male here are 5 parts, and here 6 parts. Total 11 parts. Average by 2. So 11 by 2 percentage. Denominator and denominator comes to numerator. That will be 12. Now look for cancellations if you have any. 4 3 times, 4 5 times. That's it. No more cancellation. This is 33 and this is 50. For 50 it is 33, and per 100 that will be 66. Percentage 66. What percent less? If it is 60%, if it is 60%, if male are 60% of female, what percent less? 34% less. Got it? Next, 44. What is the respective ratio between total number of female management students in cities B and C together and total number of male management students in cities A and F together? You are asked about ratio. You are asked about ratio. Ratio of what? Male, female to male. Female to male. Female from B and C. B, total we have 7 parts, 28%, 1 part, 4% female are 3 parts, 3/4, 12%. 12% from city B, and then where is this? City C. 9 parts is equal to 9%, 1 part is 1%, 4 parts 4%. And then male from A and F. We don't have A here. Come on, let me write. 16%, and male to female ratio 5:3. Total 8 parts, 16%. 1 part 2%, 5 parts 10%. 10%, and F. 16 parts, 16%, 1 part 1%, so total it is 11%. You are asked about ratio. This is 16 by 21. No more cancellation. 16:21. Next, 45. If 70% of management students, male and female of city E, and 65% of management students, male and female of city C, are science graduates, what is the difference between number of science graduate management students in E and C together? Right. Come on. From E, we have total 11%. Out of 11%, 70% are science graduates. So you need to calculate 70% of 11%. This is for E. And for C, 65%. 65% of 9%. You are asked about difference. Let me first calculate in terms of percentage, then I will go for conversion. 70% of 11 or 11% of 70, whatever it is. 10% of this number, 7. 1%, 0.7. Total, 7.7%. 65% of 9 or 9% of 65, one and the same. 10% is 6.5 minus 1% is 0.65. Instead of 0.65, let me subtract 1 and then I will add 0.35. If I subtract 1, that becomes 5 and I need to add 0.35. So that becomes 0.85%. And you are asked about difference. Instead of this, subtract 6%, add 0.15%. Subtract 6%, that becomes 1.7, and again you need to add 0.15%, that becomes 1.85%. I need to calculate 1.85% of what? Total number of people, that will be 96,000. A percent of B or B percent of A, one and the same. I have 2 digits after decimal. I don't want to have decimal here. Take 2 zeros here, it becomes 185%. Take 0 here, that will be 1850% of 96 or 96% of 1850. 96% is easy to calculate. 100% minus 4%. 100% in the sense 1850 only. 10% is 185. 1% is 18.5. I need to calculate 4%. 1%, double, again double. 18.5, 1%, double, 37, again double, 74. I need to subtract 74. Subtract 100, add 26. Subtract 100, 1700. I have 50 here and I need to add 26, 76. 1776 is our difference. For this question only we have used conversion. Apart from this, you need not to go for conversion at all. And that too you are asked to calculate in terms of a number, so you are forced to do it. So for these type of questions, don't go for conversion every time. Observe percentage and take number of parts. Try to calculate one part. And try to get male-female ratio, convert this ratio to percentage based on this initial percentage. Are you getting my point? So you can avoid conversion and you can save time. Next, 46 to 50. Don't want? All. Okay. Should I follow question paper display or this one? Question paper display కావాలి, ఇది కావాలా లాస్ట్ వాళ్ళకి? ఇదేనా? మీరే ఇంపార్టెంట్, ముందోళ్ళు కాదు నాకు. రైట్. క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఎందుకు? మీ దగ్గర క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఉంటే అయిపోద్ది కదా. ఇది మోయటానికి మీకు బద్ధకం, అంతేనా? కమాన్, 46 to 50. నాకు టైం ఇచ్చింది ఎప్పుడు? 5వ తారీఖు 6వ తారీఖు వరకా? 5వ తారీఖు వరకే కదా. మీకు బంపర్ ఆఫర్స్ ఇస్తున్నాం ఎలాగూ. నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఇంగ్లీష్, రీజనింగ్ ఆల్సో. మాదద్దా? క్వాంట్ వద్దా? కావాలి. సో త్రీ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఫ్రీనే. అమ్మా నేనే రావాలనా? క్వాంట్ కావాలా నేను కావాలా? నేను చేంజ్ చేస్తా. కమాన్, 46 to 50. There are X number of students in college. Each of them can speak either. Hey, మగపిల్లలు కామ్గా ఉండండి. There are X number of students in college. Each of them can speak either of one or more of the following foreign languages: Spanish, French, Japanese. The respective ratio of male and female is 11:7. So male are 11 parts and female 7 parts. జూమ్ చేయి. ఇంకా కొంచెం పైకి పెట్టు. కెమెరా పైకి పెట్టబ్బా, పైకి రాని. నీ దుంపదేగా, అది పైకి పోనీ అబ్బా. ఇంకా అదేంటి వంగింది చూడు, కెమెరా వంగింది. నేనొద్దు, ఓన్లీ బోర్డ్ విజిబిలిటీ వస్తుంది, నథింగ్, మనం కనపడక్కర్లా అక్కడ. నెక్స్ట్, సో మేల్ అండ్ ఫీమేల్ ఆర్ 11 parts and then 7 parts. 16% of the male student can speak only Spanish. 16% Spanish. And then 20% can speak only French. 20%. 18% can speak only Japanese. 10% of the male students can speak only Spanish and French. Spanish and French. What percent? 10%. And then 8% can speak only French and then Japanese. French and then Japanese, 8%. 16% can speak Japanese and then Spanish. Japanese and then Spanish, 16%. The remaining 66 male can speak all the given languages. 66 members. This is given in number, but all the remaining numbers are given in percentage. So these fellows, 66 people can speak Spanish, Japanese, French. So let me try to first calculate percentage here. 16, 32, 8, 40, 10, 50, 68, 88. Remaining, so 12% is equal to this much. In bracket, let me write 12%. We can go for conversion later. Next, about female, 24% of the female student can speak only Spanish. What percent? 24%. And then 16% can speak only French. 16%. 12% can speak only Japanese. 12%. 22% female can speak Spanish and French. What? 22. 14% can speak French and Japanese. 14. 6% can speak Japanese and then Spanish. And the remaining female can speak all the other languages. So for what percent is this? 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 94. Remaining 6%. 12% is 66. Correct na idi? So if you want to calculate total male, you need to calculate 100%. Total male are 100%, where 12% is equal to 66. 12. 5.5 times. 12 5s 60, and you have 6. 12 into half 6. Total 66. 100 into 5 and a half 550. So total male are 550. Right? And in terms of number of parts, male are 11 parts. So I'll write it as 11 parts. Male are 11 parts. Female are 7 parts. If 11 parts is 550, 11 50 times. 750 times 350. So female are 350 and male are 550. Don't try to convert every number. Do it is when it is required. Do it when it is required. Okay? Right. Come on, let's start questions. Number of female students who can speak only 2 of the given languages is what percent less than number of male students who can speak only 2 of the given languages? What percent less? Right. They should speak only 2 languages. In the sense, Spanish, French, French, Japanese, Japanese, Spanish. So for male it is 34%. So male are 34% and female are 42%. And you need to calculate 34% of what? 550. 34% of 550 or 550% of 34. One and the same. So instead of 550% of 34, I will treat it as 55% of 340. I will take 0 from there and I will write it here. 55% of 340. And I need to calculate 42% of 350. Instead, 350% of 42. We will write it as 35% of 420. How do we get 55% of this? Half plus 10% of it. We already got 50%. If you calculate 10% of this number, you will get 5. Half of this number is 170. And then 10% of this number, 17. Total 187. These are male. Now you need to calculate 35%. Or 420% of 35. 420% of 35 is easy, I think. 400% plus 20%. 400% in the sense 4 times of this number. Double double. 35 double. 70 double. 140. And then you need to calculate 20% of 35. 10% is 3.5. Double 7. So it is 147. Male are 187, female are 147. Female are how many less than 187? 40 less. That of 187 into 100. You're asked about percentage. Look at your options first. 27, 24, 21, 29, 18. Yes, you have comfortable number of gap. Enough. 10% of this number. Then 20%. 37.4. To this number, you need to add 2.6. Then that becomes 40, which is our numerator. 20% is 37.4. 2% will be 3.74. Do you need to add 3.74? No, less than that. In the sense you need to add less than 2%. Answer will be less than 22%, but more than 20%. How many options are there? Only one, 21% is our answer. Got it? Clear? Next. Next, 47. What is the difference between number of male students who can speak Japanese? Male student who can speak Japanese and female students who can speak the same. You are asked about difference of male and female about Japanese. Right, where is Japanese? Third one, fifth one, last 3 always. Japanese. You're not asked to calculate only Japanese. You're asked about Japanese. Wherever you have Japanese, you need to consider that. Okay. Instead of adding 4 numbers, it is easy to subtract 3 numbers from 100%, right? Yes or no? 16, 20, 36, 46. Subtract 46% from 100%. 54%. So 54% of 550 male student who can speak Japanese, and do it same for female also. 22, 16, 38, 38 plus 24, 62. Difference 38%. 38% of 350. Better to calculate 550%. 500 plus percent, 500% and 10% of that number. 550%, or else do it. 54% is easy. Don't complicate this. 54% is easy. 50% plus 4%. 50% in the sense half of this. How much? 275. And again I need to calculate 4%. 1% is 5.5. 4% double. 5.5 double, 11. Again double, 22. Add 22. Add 22. 97 male candidates. And 38% of 350. Again don't complicate this. 40% minus 2%. 10%, 35, 20%, 70, 40%, 140 minus 2%. Yeah, you can go here, or else you can calculate 5% of this number. What percent is this? 40%. 10% of this number? 5% of this number? That's what you need to subtract, I think. 5% of this number? 7. 140 minus 7. 133. You're asked about difference. 97 minus 33. 64. 164 answer. Next, what is the respective ratio between number of female students who can speak all the given languages and number of male students who can speak all the given languages? The last one, I think. Yes or no? You know, number of male people who can speak all languages. How many? Or else you don't need to do it. 12% of 550 male candidates who can speak all languages. Just let me find out the order. Female versus male. Female should come in numerator part. Female, what percent? 6% of 350. 6% of 350. Cancellation with 50. 7 times, 11 times, 6, 2 times, ratio 7 by 22. Need not to go for conversion. Understand? See, numerator 6% of 350. Have to calculate it. Don't go for conversion. 12% of this number. Percentage both gets cancelled, and your ratio is 7:22. And 49. Number of female students who can speak Spanish is approximately what percent of number of male students who can speak this same? Is it about Spanish language or only Spanish? It is about Spanish. So look for yes. 1, 4, and these two, last two. Female Spanish versus male Spanish. Female 22, 24, 46, 52, 58. So that is 58% of 350. We'll see whether to convert it or not. We'll discuss that later. And male 16, 10, 26, 26, 16, 42. 42 plus 12%, 54% of 550. Now look at your question. Were you asked to calculate female or what percent of male, or female or what percent less? What percent only, right? So direct consider these numbers as it is. Don't go for conversion at all. 50, 7 times, 12 times. 7:12. And then go for cancel. Really? Cancellation with 2. 29 times, 27 times. No more cancellations. Let me do it first. 29 into 7. 30 times minus 1 time. 30 times of this number 210 minus 1 time is 7. 210 minus 7, 203. 27 11 times. 10 times plus 1 time. 10 times of this number 270 plus 27, 297 into 100. This is what you need to calculate. Look at your options first. 68, 76, 56, 72, 64. So options are nearby 60, 65, 70, somewhere around. Okay? Right. Now, first let me calculate 70%. Why 70%? I'll tell you my logic. What about 10% of this number? That is near about? 10% is 30, 70% will be near about that. So for that reason I want to calculate that value. Okay? If 10% is 29.7, I will treat it as 0.3 less than 30. I will look at 29.7, 10% as this number, 30 minus 0.3. Now we need to calculate 70%, in the sense into 7. 30 into 7, 210, 0.3 into 7, 2.1. So you need to subtract 2.1 here. That will be 207.9. 207.9. Now look at your numerator. How much is this? 203. In the sense, from this number you need to subtract 4.9. Then you will get 203 here. So your answer is definitely less than 70%. Less than 70%. How many options are there? If you have only one option, you can do it. If you want to make sure, wait a minute. What about 10% of this number? 1% of this number? 2 point? So that is near about 3. If 3 is 1%, 4.9 would be near about 2%. 2%. So approximately I need to subtract 2%. My answer is 68%. Next. What is the value of x mentioned in the passage? How many people are there? Sum of these two is x value, right? 900. Next 51 to 55. 50? 53 also. 51 also. Right, 51 you have 3, 15, 421, 1681, 5041, 10081. Look at your last numbers. This is near about how many times? So this is near about 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. This would be 5 times, 6 times, must be 7 times. 5041 2 times, 1082 minus 1. 1681 3 times, ends with 3, but you have 1 minus 2. Hope you got logic. Into n minus 1 into 7 minus 6 should be here. 7 3s 21 minus 6 15. Satisfied. It must be into 6 minus 5. 15 6 times 90 minus 5 85. Obviously the other one will follow. Need not to verify it. Next is 53. 7 5 7 13 29 and then 232. Into 1 minus 2. Edamma into half plus 1 and half into 1 plus 2 into 1 and half will give you 10.5 plus 2 and half. Next must be, this is into 1 and half into half into 1 into 1 and half into 2. 1 and half plus 2 plus 2 and half plus 3. 13 2 times 26 plus 3. So next number would be into 2 and half plus 3 and half. 29 2 times 58. 29 halves, 14 and a half. 58 plus 14 and a half plus 3 and a half. Add 3 and a half to this number, this becomes 18. 58, 18, 76. Next year, 54. 54. 6, 13, 44 and a half, 97, 254 and a half, 805.75. Two times of this number, 89. 89 plus 8. Should I go for difference? Earlier difference was 8. 8. Add 8 here, 52 and a half. Difference of these two numbers. Subtract 100, add 3. 157.5. Difference of these two. This ends with 0.25. Subtract 300, add 46. 551. What is this? 3 times. What is this? Into 3 and a half. You need to take difference here, difference here, difference here. So between here you'll get some number. Wait a minute. Here you'll get some number. Here you'll get another number, and here you'll get another number. If that is 3 and a half, this would be 2 and a half times, and here it would be 2 times, and here 1 and a half times. Difference of these two numbers is how much? 7. 7 into 1 and a half, 10 and a half. Difference of these two numbers should be 10 and a half. Answer must be 23 and a half. Do you have 23 and a half? Yes. Okay. I am taking place value. These gaps are place value of numbers. Done? Any other question? Next, 56. లెన్స్ మారిస్తే ఇంకా క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది మాకు. అయిపోయాక చూసుకో ఒకసారి, తెలుసు కదా కింద ఉంటుంది. 56. The percentages of A, B, C are in the ratio 4, 6, 9 respectively. The percentages of B, C, D are in the ratio 8, 12, 16. Which of the following represents the ratio of the percentages of A, B, C, D respectively? Right. Now you are given A, B, C ratio and B, C, D ratio. A is to B is to C is given as 4 is to 6 is to 9. B, C, D ratio is given as 8, 12, 16, which is basically is equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. Yes or no? Right. You are asked about A, B, C, D ratio. So for these type of questions, don't try to solve A, B, C, D value. Try to verify it from options. What is your first option? 4, 8, 12, 16. So here this is A, B, C, D ratio. If this is true, A is to B is to C must be equal to 4 is to 6 is to 9. Is this satisfying the rule? First option cannot be your answer. Second option, what do you have? 4, 6, 9, 12. Is ABC ratio 4 is to 6 is to 9? Yes. And now BCD ratio must be equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. Verify it. Cancellation with 3. This is 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Is it equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4? Hence 4 is to 6 is to 9 is to 12 is our answer. Verify it from options. Okay. Next, 57. 10 men, 9 women, 8 children were given in assignment of distributing 6,300 books to students in the school a period of 3 days. All of them distributed books on the first day. I think yesterday we have covered this model. Total how many books were there? So total number of books 6,300. We have 6,300 books first day, second day, third day, and men, women, children. How many men are there? 10 men, 9 women, 8 children on first day. On the second day, 2 men and 3 children remained absent. 2 men absent. So 8 men, 9 women. How many children absent? 3 children. So second day you will have 5 children absent. Okay. And on the third day, 3 men, 2 women, 2 children. 3 men, 2 women, 2 children were absent. Out of 10 men, 3 absent. So you'll have 7 men. And out of 9 women, 2 women are absent. 7 women and then 6 children. Next you are asked to calculate, and you are given men, women, children work ratio 4:3:2. And you are asked to calculate number of books were distributed on first day. First day, 10 men can do 40 parts of work, 9 threes, 27 parts, and then here it is 16 parts. Total 83. Your answer must be a multiple of 83 because you need to calculate 83 parts. If you are comfortable with verification with 83, then it is okay. I think third option looks like 2490 is the number which is divisible by 83. But at the same time, you need to make sure other options are not divisible by 83. Are you getting my point? Yes, agreed. 2490 is divisible by 83. But make sure other options are not divisible by 83. In that case, you can go for it. Or else like this, you need to calculate total number of parts work done for second day and then third day. 8 fours, 32 parts, 9 threes, how much? 27 parts, 10 parts, 28 parts, 21 parts, 12 parts. Second day total number of units done 69. And last day 61 parts. Total number of parts done 60, 60, 120, 200, 212, 213. So 213 parts is total work done on first day, 83 parts. 213 parts is given as total number 6,300. 83 parts is equal to how much? Okay? Right. Near about 3 times? Near about 3 times? Approximate value. Next. 57. 57 is over. 58. Prakash, Sunil, Anil started a business jointly investing 4.5 lakhs, 3.75 lakhs and then 2.25 lakhs respectively. The profit earned, where is this? The profit earned by them in the business at the end of 3 years was 21 lakh. What will be the 33 1/3% of Anil's share in the profit? Right. So we have 3 persons, Prakash, Sunil, Anil. Whenever you have a question from partnership, you need to calculate profit sharing ratio first. That will be investment multiplied by time ratio. Investment of Prakash, 4.5 lakhs. And then the second guy, who is that guy? Sunil, 3.75 lakhs and then 2.25 lakhs. The profit earned at the end of the business, end of 3 years, was 21 lakh. 1/3 of this. Do you have any information about their time period? In the sense they were investing for equal time period. In that case, profit sharing ratio will be equal to their investment ratio. Now you need to calculate this ratio here. Come on, let me multiply every number with 100. 450, 375, 225. Difference between these two numbers, or else cancellation with 25. In 100 you will have 425s. In 400s 16 and 52. So total that will be 18 times. Difference between these two numbers is 75. So 75 less, in the sense 3 parts less, 15 parts. In 100 you will have 425s. In 200 8, and then one more, that is 9. Cancellation with 3 again, 6 times, 5 times, 3 times. Total number of parts 14 parts. And the other guy, who is that guy? Anil is getting 3 parts. But after that you need to calculate 33% of this number, right? 33% in the sense 1 part. You need to calculate 1 part. 14 parts is equal to 21 lakhs. 1 part will be equal to 21 by 14 lakhs, which is 3 by 2 lakhs. 1.5 lakh. 1,50,000. 1.5 lakh. Second option. Don't try to calculate 3 parts and then don't do it. Don't calculate 1/3 of it. Next, Naresh purchased a TV set for 27,600 after getting a discount of 8%. 24,30,000. Total value is 30,000. On the labeled price, he spent 1,000 rupees on transport, 1,000 rupees on installation. So total 2,000 he spent. At what price should he sell it so that a profit earned would be 25%? 25% if no discount was offered. No discount offered. 32,000. Half. 16. Half. 8. 40,000 answer. So first of all you need to calculate labeled price, market price. What percent of discount is allowed here? 8%. If 8% discount is allowed, he is selling it for 92%. Original value will be 100%. 92% is equal to 27,600. 100% value. 3 times, 92 3 times and then 00. 100 3 times, 300 and then 00. 30,000 is our market price. If no discount is allowed, he will purchase it for 30,000. In that case, this is going to be his cost price if no discount is allowed. Are you getting my point? But after purchasing it, he again spent 2,000 rupees. So total cost price becomes 32,000. And he is expecting a profit of 25%, which is 1/4 of this number. Half and half, 8,000. Total selling price 40,000. Okay. Next, 60th. Mr. Dugal invested 32,000 with rate of interest at the rate of 20% per annum. The interest was compounded half yearly. Be careful with that. Half yearly. So per year it is 20%, but per half year it is going to be 10%. Make sure you change values of N and R in the case of compound interest, compounding half yearly or quarterly. Half yearly for the first 1 year, and in the next year it was compounded yearly. What will be the total interest earned at the end of 2 years? End of 2 years. First year, second year. First year it is compounding on the basis of compounding half yearly. So here you will have to do it for first half, second half. This is for 1 year. And second year compounding yearly basis. Compounding yearly basis in the sense here you need to calculate 20%. But for the first year it is compounding half yearly. So for half year it will be 10%. First half 10%, second half 10%. And right, principal. How much is our principal? 32,000. And we calculate compound interest on numbers. You see there. Kanapade vaati meeda vestam. You can see 32,000 and 10% of this number is 3,200. And now you can see two numbers. Of these two numbers you need to calculate 10%. Instead this, on this number 10% is 3200. 10% of this number 320. Total 3520. Now you can see three numbers. Of three numbers you need to calculate 20%. Compound interest only, right? 20% of every number. 20% of this 6400. 20% 640. 20% 704. Your answer must end with 64. How many options are there? I have 20 here. 2 zeros 20, 20, 2 zeros again 20, 40, 60, 4. My answer should end with 64. Whether it is compound interest or amount, whatever it is, answer must end with 64. You have only one option, that's fine. Final answer. If you have more than one option, you have to add everything. That's it. Okay? Next. At present, population of a village is 32,500 and after 2 years it increases to 49,972. Then what is the rate of increase per year? Rate of increase per year. Do you need to calculate simple interest or compound interest? Is it mentioned there? If not mentioned, simple interest. Now tell me, which interest you need to calculate, simple or compound? Compound only, because population increase, decrease, food production increase, decrease, machine value increase, decrease, temperature increase, decrease. All these type of problems you have to calculate it over previous year's data. Yes or no? Previous year's data in the sense increase on increase or decrease on decrease. Right? That is compound interest. So at present we have 32,500 and in 2 years it increases to 49,972 and you are asked about percentage increase. First let me observe the change here. How much increased? 17,472 increased. Right? 10% of this number, sorry, 50% of this number, 50% of this number is 16,250. This is more than this. Again you need to add 1,222. Clear? 10% of this number 3,000 less than this. 1% of this number 325. 325 double 2% 650. 4% 4% again double, right? Wait a minute. 325 double 650 double 1300 less than this. Hence this is less than 4%. Total value is less than 54%. For how many years? 2 years. 2 years. Okay. So for 2 years if it is less than 54%, per year it should be less than 27. Look at your options. How many are there? Less than 27%. How many are there? 3 options. What are those? Where is this? 22, 20, 24. 22%, 20%, 24%. Per year if it is 20% per annum, for 2 years that will be 44, right? This is near about 54. This cannot be your answer. Per year if it is first year 22%, second year also you will get 22, but 22% of this number, that will be near about 4.84 something. Total will be equal to 48.8 something, but here you have 54, more than 24, but less than 27. Only one option, 24%, final answer. We are using only concept of percentage, not compound interest concept. Are you getting? We are just using percentage only, not compound interest. 62. In what time will a 360 meters long train running at a speed of 80 km per hour passes a man running in 8 km per hour in the same direction as train? So both are moving in same direction. If they are moving in same direction, you need to take relative speed, and it becomes S1 minus S2. And difference between their speeds. One is 80 and the other one is 8. Difference is 72 kilometer per hour. What is that you are asked to calculate? Time. Calculate time. Time t is equal to distance by speed. If a train tries to cross a person, distance traveled will be equal to train length. How much is train length given? 360 meters. Distance is given in meters, but answer is also given in seconds. You must convert speed into meter per second. Into 5 by 18. 18 comes to numerator. 18 how many times? 4 5s. 0 0 cancel. 36 by 2, which is 18 seconds. '63. X bought some goods worth 16,000 and sold half of them at a profit of 25%. At what profit percent must he sell the rest of them so he has to make a profit of 35%? So he is expecting a profit of 35%. So he divided total goods into two parts, half and remaining half. If I get 35% here and 35% here, of the total I will get 35%. Am I right? Yes or no? Right. But the first one is already sold. First half is already sold at a profit of 25%. Still, to make it 35%, how much is expected? How much is expected? 10%. 10% is short here because he made only 25% profit. We are expecting 10%, then it becomes 35%. Are these two quantities same? Yes or no? So as we have already sold this and we are expecting 10% on this item, I need to get the same 10% on other item. So the second half should be sold at, we should sell the second half at 45%. 10% is expected here. Take that 10% from the second half. So you need to sell the second half at 45%. Both the quantities are equal. You can directly take this number to other side. Or else if you want to do it manually, this is the way. The first half is sold at 25% profit and the remaining one is second half. You are expecting X% profit on the whole, in the sense one item. We are expecting 35% profit. Take 2 common here. So that will be 25% plus X%, and that goes to right hand side. That becomes 70%. X is equal to 45%. 70% minus 25%. 45. Need not to use equation also. 64. If 9 boys and 3 men working together can do 4 times as much work as per hour as a boy and a man together does. Right. So in the very first case we have 9 boys and 3 men, and they will do 4 times of work as a boy and a man can do. That's what our condition says. How many boys are here? 9. And here? Take boys to this side. 5 boys. 3 men, 4 men, 1 man. 1 man is equal to 5 boys. Men by boy is equal to 5 by 1. Hey. One man is equal to 5 boys. Now look at your question. What is that your question? What will be the respective ratio of work done by a boy and a man? Boy to men ratio. 1 by 5. 1 is to 5. Be careful when you are asked about ratio, order is very important. Whether it is men to boy or boy to men. Next. 2 girls starting from the same place are at a distance of 47.4 kilometers after running for 3 hours in the opposite direction. If the speed of one of the girl is 9 km per hour, what will be the speed of the second girl? Right, both the girls are moving opposite to each other. Opposite to each other. In the sense they have started from the same point. Let's say one girl is moving in this way, the other girl moves in this particular way. In that case, relative speed becomes S1 plus S2. In 3 hours, they covered 47.4 kilometers, but you need to represent speed in kilometer per hour. In the sense, I need to calculate it for 1 hour. So, for 3 hours, it is 47.4. For 3 hours, it is this. For 1 hour, that is going to be 47.4 by 3, which is 1.8, 15.8, which is equal to S1 plus S2. Relative speed S1 plus S2. And out of this, one girl's speed is already given as 9. The other girl's speed is 9 plus x is equal to 15.8. S2 is equal to 6.8 kilometer per hour. Got it? Yes?